hey guys, one more week, and then it's on to the playoffs. But before that, there's still things that have to be clinched. Not all the seeds have been set. A few teams still have to clinch home first round bye. A team still has to clinch home field advantage in the AFC. 2 divisions still have to be clinched. Let's get right into these picks. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I'm going to go with Baltimore on this one. Both the teams are out of the playoffs. Doesn't really matter. But I think with Baltimore, they want to pay Cincinnati for the last 2 years of them sweeping them and sweep the Bengals. Jacksonville and Indianapolis. Both teams. Jacksonville's just had a long season. Fired their head coach. Won against Tennessee. So there is some hope for next year, but I don't think they do it 2 weeks in a row. I think Indianapolis will win this game and hopefully have some motivation for next year. Well, both teams are going to have motivation for next year. I mean some momentum for next year. Sorry. New England at Miami. Miami clinched a playoff spot last week. New England home field advantage if they win. I'm going to go with New England on this one. Miami, I don't know what they're going to do. New England, you know they're going to play their starters. Alright, it's about simple as that. They're going to play their starters, no matter what. So, going to go with New England. Chicago at Minnesota. I'm going to go with Minnesota. Minnesota, after starting the year undefeated, pretty much have just slept. The injury caught up with them. But I'm going to go with Minnesota on this one. Thought I had something else to say. Sorry. I'm going to go with Minnesota. They're playing at home. Playing against a team that really has not done well this year. It's going to have a top 5 pick, it looks like. Buffalo at the Jets. The Jets are another team that's just had a long, painful season. Buffalo fired Rex Ryan, fired Rob Ryan. I'm going to go Buffalo on this one because Buffalo, they have talent. Don't be fooled. They have talent on their team. They just need someone to put that talent together. And hopefully they'll find that person next year. Dallas at Philadelphia. I have no idea how to pick this game. I really have no idea. Because I don't know what Dallas is going to do. I don't know if they're going to sit their starters. I don't know if they're just going to play their starters for a few quarters. Or if they're just going to play them for maybe a few minutes. I don't know. But I'm still going to go with Dallas on this one. It's just a gut feeling, but I think even with their backups, they still have enough talent to beat Philadelphia. Not to say Philadelphia doesn't have talent. I just think you don't really see their backups that often, and sometimes the backups, they play pretty good when you don't see them as much. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Cleveland has had the longest season of anyone this year. Just got their first win last week. Now they can just relax, get better next year. Well, first they have to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. I say Pittsburgh wins. They're locked in no matter what. They're locked into the 3 seed no matter what. But, Cleveland, they don't have a lot of talent right now. Pittsburgh, even if they sit their starters, I think they still have enough talent to beat Cleveland. Cleveland, future is high on you. You have a lot of draft picks coming in this year. You're going to develop some talent. Hopefully, you'll get back to the playoffs soon. Carolina at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay got knocked out of the playoffs last year. And by the way, on my last picks video, I think I made a mistake and said the Tampa Bay and Atlanta were going to play this week, and that was completely wrong. I am so sorry, guys. I thought that's what was going to happen. I'm sorry I read the schedule wrong, but that's not what's going on. I say Tampa Bay wins at home to get some momentum for next year. Sorry, guys. Kind of stuttering through this right now. Houston at Tennessee. Tennessee got knocked out of the playoffs. This game means nothing, and just to go on a win, I'm going with Houston on this one. I'm just going to go with Houston on this one. Tennessee lost Marcus Mariota. Hopefully, he'll be fine for next year. He's going to be back for OTAs. They said. Hopefully, that's the case. But for this game, I'm going to go with Houston. New Orleans at Atlanta. Doesn't really matter. But this does matter for Atlanta. They win. They get a first-round bye. It doesn't matter for New Orleans. It matters for Atlanta. So New Orleans comes in. They're going to try to win, try to salvage the season, try to spoil Atlanta. But I'm going to still go with Atlanta. They're playing at home, and they're still on fire. They're still on fire. Oakland at Denver. Denver got knocked out of the playoffs last week. Oakland lost their quarterback. Oakland, they get the division if they win. I'm going on a limb here. I'm just going to go on a limb and say Oakland wins. Because I think the defense is going to do just enough to win the game. The defense will do just enough to win the game. That's my opinion. This is going to be a very low-scoring game. I do not see any high scores in this game. I don't see it. But I just think, when it comes to defense, I think Oakland will do just enough. Arizona at LA. Long season for Arizona. Longer season for LA. Didn't play their number 1 overall pick until late in the year. And I'm going to go with Arizona on this one. It's another whim. I just think Arizona, they want to get some momentum for next year. And I think at LA is a good place to start. KC gets the division with a win and an Oakland loss. But they take care of their business and beat San Diego. It's about as simple as that. They take care of business, beat San Diego. Seattle at San Francisco. Seattle, if they win and Atlanta loses, Seattle has a first-round bye. And they get their business done against San Francisco. And San Francisco gets the number 2 overall pick. This is going to be an interesting draft. The Giants at Washington. Washington. They win. They're in the playoffs. They win, and there's not a tie in the Green Bay-Detroit game. I should probably specify that. Sorry. They win, and there's a loss in the Green Bay-Detroit game. Washington is in the playoffs. But they lose to the Giants. I think the Giants, they want to get some momentum into the playoffs. That's how they like to play. They like to get momentum, and I think they do that at Washington. And finally, Green Bay at Detroit. Whoever wins this game wins the division. This is going to be a great game. I think it's going to go back and forth. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go with Green Bay on this one. They are on fire right now. Green Bay is on fire. Detroit, they've lost their last 2 games against the Giants and Dallas. And I just cannot see them beating Green Bay the way that they played against those 2 teams. I just can't see it. Well, that is my final picks for the 2016 regular season. And yes, I will be doing picks for the playoffs as well. Actually, I'll be going through each of the playoff games and giving you my picks for the Super Bowl. So, that's what I'm going to do. As soon as they're clinched, I'm going to go through and tell you who I think the Super Bowl team is going to be and who's going to win. Alright, see you guys next time.